Hey you guys, Brig Gonzalez here. Thanks for having me on today to be able to talk about Reliashield. About 4 years ago, uh, I'm up here in Portland, Oregon, and I had a family member that got into my mail and took out a credit card in my name. They spent, I would say, ballpark just under $5,000 on this credit card. And over here, you don't have to have a signature to take a credit card out. So, because the credit card was taken from my house and from a family member, it was really hard to prove that it wasn't me. So, I had to get an attorney. Took 8 months and about $4,000 because it messed up my credit for a little bit. Took about $4,000 to get it off my credit. It was kind of a nightmare. So, when Reliashield came about, I had a pretty good example of why this was important for a lot of our clients. I had a personal experience, so I was pretty excited about it. First thing I did was I figured, hey, I could do some annual reviews with this. So I called up a lot of my clients and I said, hey, I have, because you have a policy with us, I got some additional benefits we can offer: identity theft protection and credit monitoring. Have you ever looked into it before? Nope, not really, is usually the response I got. And I said, okay, anyone takes credit cards out in your name, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. A lot of companies out there will charge between $29 to $59 for this service. And the company we work with, it's starting at $7 per person and goes up to $21 for the individual plan. And so I had a lot of clients be like, well, for that cost, yeah, let's get started. And I just mentioned to them, I said, okay, all I need is your email address, and I can get you started on this. And so I create an account, and I let them know that an email is going to be sent over to them in the next 24 hours. But then I tell them, hey, because we're getting you started, we need to come out and help you set up your account. It was a perfect way to do an annual review because all my clients let me come out. I had a couple clients that said, no, not really interested in it. So I said, well, understandable. That's because most of the companies out there are doing like $29 to $59 a person. But because you have a policy with us and we're offering these additional benefits, it's $7 per person. And when I mentioned that $7 to start with, the clients are like, oh, yeah, okay, let's get started with that. And I tell them, you have the option to be able to upgrade it to a couple other plans depending on what you're looking for. But the basic service starts at $7 a month. It got me into quite a few homes to do my annual reviews. One of the houses I went into to go and do an annual review on, I've been trying to get in there for a while. Back, I already sold an America policy on him, but I was trying to get in there for a while, and he wouldn't let me back in, just because he's like, I don't need any more insurance, that kind of thing. So I went back out there, covered the identity theft with him, what it has, and turns out he opened up a little more to me, and he had $240,000 that I was able to roll over into an annuity. So it was a great lead in. Another client that I brought in, I went out to see them on a new lead, but they were unhealthy. They had probably about $240,000 each of term insurance. There wasn't a whole lot in the house. I mean, it was going to last quite a while still. Wasn't a whole lot I could help with. But as I was leaving, I thought, well, what about Reliashield? You guys ever looked at identity theft and credit monitoring? They're like, nope. Easy way to get a policy put in place when there wasn't much else I could help with in the house. I have another client that called me and said, hey, Brig, I need an attorney. Do you know any good attorneys for auto accidents? And I said, nope, but you heard of Reliashield? So it's a great way in. When I'm in a house, I wrote a policy the other day for one of my clients, and when I was in the house, I was helping them with an America policy. And as we were wrapping it up, I said, here's an additional benefit I can help with: identity theft protection and credit monitoring. Anyone takes credit cards out in your name, it'll protect you up to $1 million to help you put it back the way it was. And they said, oh yeah, for that cost, let's do it. And house after house, you just have to be able to remember to offer it. That's the key to it. And setting that pattern is definitely hard. So what I did was I printed out the brochure that shows the 3 different plans and the prices. And I stick it right in my laptop. So when I open up my laptop, the plan is right there, and it just reminds me to offer this to the client. I would say I've probably written just over 60 Reliashields in the last 2 months because of this. Great for annual reviews, getting back in the house. Also, persistency. When you have more than one policy in a house, your persistency is great. People think, well, one policy, you just have better results when you have more than one policy in a house. And Reliashield is still considered a policy. So it helps place your business on the books and helps it keep it on the books for a longer period of time because you're showing added benefit. So definitely use this in a house. Any questions, jump on the website. It's really easy to do. You create a login, you put all your information there. Every one of us should have a Reliashield as well. You just log in, go on there, put in like your name, your social security number, your bank account, your credit cards, and they'll send you an email if anything pops up. But if nothing pops up while they're monitoring, they will also send you an email once a month saying what they've monitored, so that way you know they're doing their job. And creating an account for a client is really simple. You put in their name. If it's just individual, you just put in their name, birth date, address, bank information, and then an email is sent to the client. They just have to hit a link and then create an account, and they put in what they want to monitor. It's a 5-minute thing. And I've been going out to my clients' houses to help them set that up. A family plan, you just put their name and another individual, like the spouse, and we can put our kids on here as well. So definitely dive into it, look at this, go to the website, create an account, and there's a bunch of videos on there that you can watch that explains this whole process. So thanks for having me on today. I really appreciate it, you guys. Have a good week.